Hello, this is Everything Entertainment. This is my Mushoku Tensei Season 3, Episode 1 and 2 review. And this was a great two episodes. Honestly, I'm not that shocked. This is great two episodes. It's kind of slow, have great actions, which sums up kind of Mushoku Tensei. Like, it got great writing, but it like the Journey series, if that makes sense. So the first two episodes covered Eris and leaving Rudius, which she left because she loves him while he pretty much going to his depression arc, his ED arc, while she's training to be Orsted. She head to the dojo, beat Gino really easily, which kind of doesn't count. I mean, it does, but it kind of does count. Then beat the living snot out of Nina. Like, oh my god, it was so bad. It was. I don't think she deserved all that, but yeah, not gonna lie, that fight was just brutal. Yeah, I after the fight, we find out that Nina used a metal sword, like a cheating sword, if that makes sense, in her fight. So you could say she kind of deserved it, but at the same time, she did deserve that beating. Like Nina was like just willing to break the sword from the anime perspective at least. So yeah, then we get Eris versus Galfarian, the master, like the god sword style master, like the rank, and he beat him easily. Which then he pretty much recruited her because she got fight in her. So yeah, respect to him for pretty much louding Eris in, even though ten like technically the first one, like she Eris took it way too far, honestly, leaving Nina pissing herself on the floor. But nonetheless, she showed fight, and I respect that. And what's more is, Eris continued her training. Like, what makes the whole Eris arc is she pretty much swung her sword thing. Like, she took Gao Feng advice on how to be a great swordsman or swordswoman, and pretty much learned everything she could from him, which end up fruitfully for her in the end. But yeah, we see her training throughout this whole time, throughout the years. Like I forgot how much time passed, but at least like 5 to plus years, and she pretty much turned into an animal. Like she ended up getting a fight with the wind god like style, like the guy with the wind form, like water and wind, and there's a third one, but I can't name it right now. But yeah, Eris pretty much fought him just for existence, which was so funny but so messed up at the same time. Like I found that so funny just to watch because really it was not needed. Like she just popped up on him, but it did showcase her fighting ability to somewhat hold on against a person of that level for a little bit. Like I still think he would have won, but like it's crazy that Eris would go that far, like without hesitation. So yeah, Eris really training hard, and I really like to see that. Plus, Ghislaine was like, even though she loves Eris more than her master, Galfarion, and really went up to him like, "Yo, you're not actually teaching her anything." And Galfarion had to explain what he doing is actually helping Eris, which ends up helping Eris learn the light technique, like the light strike technique, uh, that she mastered by the end of the episode. Now that I remember, it's the blade of light technique. Like I got it mixed up for a bit with the water technique, the blade of light technique, which is basically blitzing the opponent, which she did excellently well with the one master god. Which respect for Galfane for bringing like the water master god and the wind master god to help train Eris. Like Eris would have probably gotten stronger, but the fact she's fighting against other techniques, the fight against Orchard is respectable. So yeah, you have to give Gal Fang a lot of credit for boosting her shape so far. So yeah, the first episode of Mushoku Tensei was amazing. No complaint here. It was just good. Now it's time to talk about the second episode, which was also good because I respect Nina a lot. The second episode focused on Nina mainly. Like this is still Ella's story, but it explains what Nina was doing, how she pretty met up with Rudius last season because she did appear last season, season two, like a funny guy of meeting Rudius, like with the man voice and her standing on the side, and it pans to her, then the guy, and also being defeated by the Demon King Bodigatti, which I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Probably not. But anyway, yeah, this episode was pretty much from her perspective, and I respect her a lot because she went up, looked for Rudius, realized, okay, he's pretty good, pretty amazing. Went up to look, like, search for him physically, found out how strong he is, and really decided, yeah, Eris is right, he's amazing, and he's about that. Like she really looked up to Rudius, both in person and through connection, and came to the conclusion, okay, Eris may be right, and I respect Nina for not holding a grudge with Eris. Yeah, honestly, I probably would have held a grudge against Eris for what she did. Like Eris really took it too far. Like I really like Eris is not someone that has the best social skills. So the fact that Nina was able to put her emotion aside to pretty much befriend Eris and actually give her some good advice was honestly respectful on her part, even though the episode start with Nina making fun of Eris for pretty much being a virgin. We find out Eris is not a virgin, which was funny because like what? Who? Like who slept with you? Like I just found that funny. And then Eris was like, okay, I'm getting sorry for Rudius. Like when Eris talked about Rudius, she could calm it down, but anything else and like she's a psychopath. Like I respect Eris, but she low-key got dangerous. Like she's a dangerous individual. Like she's not evil, but she's clearly way more dangerous. That's why she got the Mad Dog title. But anyway, yeah, Nina befriended Eris, and then we get the Water God Master and her daughter, her disciple. I don't really want to understand the relation between the two. Granddaughter, maybe. I forgot. But anyway, yeah. If Eris beat Isolde, then Eris get the least train with the Water God master female, the female master of the water god style. She got her ass ended to Isolde really easy, which then we see Nina pull up on Isolde and win instantly, which I don't even know what she did. She must have blitzed her so fast she just hit her, which like it's a rock paper scissors thing. Eris should rock, Isolde paper, and Nina is wind. So yeah, seeing Nina get a win was just absolutely peak. And I honestly, if I won like that, I would have tried my best to honestly probably learn the water god technique. That not gonna lie, like at least a little bit, because honestly, beating Isolde like that was just amazing. Like it was got obliterated by Isolde. So if I just beat the water god style, I would have tried to at least learn the water god style. See if I could become the god, dragon god, not dragon god, god master, swordsman of the water god style. You can't just beat someone that crazy and then not think, oh, I'm about that. But yeah, I respect Nina for staying on course with her master. And I really do like the three relationships they build with one another. But it is good to see. So we get the three girls trading with one another. We get Isolde trading with Eris and discussing how even though Eris can't be Isolde, Nina could be Isolde. And even though Nina could be Isolde, she cannot be Eris. So they pretty much talk to one another how to pretty much surpass each other, like improve each other, and they just come to a conclusion of maybe we should just like they come to some good conclusions on how to beat one another. But Eric also wants the coat that Ghislaine have, so you pretty much have to go and fight a mob. Basically, the girls are doing a side quest, which was just another sequence of action, which great action in Mushoku Tensei. Like they Mushoku Tensei always have great action with its close up action or magic action. Like regardless, it's always been good. So yeah, they did do the ultimate side quest to get the monster, get Elsa coat, which is her season 3 visual coat, which I forgot that that's how she got the coat, or maybe this is anime exclusive. I don't really remember the light novel that much, but yeah, she got the coat. Then they bond with one another. Obviously, Nina gave us a healthy advice of, "Hey, take a bath. You stink." Rudy's wasn't like that, and it was like Rudy's only did like laundry, but I think she think about Rudius like a laundry for the wrong reasons. Because Rudius is a pervert, which I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Then because they trained with one another, they were able to, Elsa able to actually beat Isolde, which think of Rudius control that murderous intent and pretty much go for the one which he did, which I am happy seeing Eris improve because this is her goal. Like even though Eris is way too aggressive and way too dangerous, like honestly, she's way more scary than the villains in this show. Like in this anime, like oh my gosh, she's like truly terrifying. I do like that she achieved her goal of getting stronger and pretty much surpass her own strength so she could protect Rudius. With that said, she is the most respected out of three Rudius wives because she pretty much gave a chunk of her life to protect Rudius and stand by her side in a form in combat, which I respect Eris so much for that. That just makes her such a appealing character. The fact that she's such strong will and she used her strong will and love for Rudius to push past many feats, which she shouldn't be able to do, honestly. But she does do it because she loves Rudius. So, like I said, they fight. So they lose the areas. Great improvement. She want to train more, but nah, it's time for go time. And she put on her coat, her iconic coat from the visuals, and that's it for the first two episode. Which I don't know if the next episode going to cover Eris, but I'm pretty sure this is just Eris part, like what she was doing. She will appear in the season, obviously. But yeah, I think we're going back to Rudius and Sophie and Lakchi and uh Norn and also Aisha, like the whole family essentially, and back to school. Because this whole two episodes was just summing up what she was doing. So yeah, to wrap it up, this episode the episodes of Mushoku Tensei were just great. Eris really did carry the two episodes on her own and the side characters all the way interesting. And honestly, like it's a good thing they put these two episodes together. They low could have just made this one episode, like an hour long episode, like 45 minutes to an hour long episode, but I'm glad they kind of separated too because I think it worked better that way. The first episode all Eris, the second episode kind of Isolde and Nina introduction to Eris and how they impactful to her lives. So yeah, great two episodes Mushoku Tensei. I can't wait for the next one because Mushoku Tensei is one of my favorite isekais, if not my favorite isekai, up there with like ReZero and Tensura. So yeah, great episode of Mushoku Tensei. Not much to add. Uh, I don't really know the contact. I do know a lot of information on Mushoku Tensei, but not much of the cut contact. So I can't really tell you any cut contact that I did not like because I think Mushoku Tensei is one of the few animes that take the source material and pretty much adapt it near perfectly, like as near perfect as they could get, even giving way more hours to episodes they probably don't need to. And also, I'm glad they skipped the intro because Mushoku Tensei doesn't really need the intro. This is like a journey anime. Like, an intro is nice, don't get me wrong, and they could use one. But honestly, start the episode start to finish, and that's the best part of Mushoku Tensei. You pick up the episode, you're watching the episode, you don't care there's no intro or ED. Like, it's just that amazing. So, yeah, great episode of Mushoku Tensei, and I'm excited that it returned. If you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.